Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 12th episode of the Geekcast podcast. My name is Greg St. Clair.
Dan Whitehead.
Patrick Howard.
And we have a special guest with us today.
Nate Shrader. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Our good friend Nate here goes to Stevenson with us. Nate, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. So I'm a junior here at Stevenson. I'm part of the film and moving image program here. I'm excited to be here, guys.
Cool, man. Excited to have you.
Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah.
That was the most enthusiastic thing. So, we're going to go ahead.
After 12 episodes, we just don't have the enthusiasm anymore.
I feel like the enthusiasm. It's been, well, you were up at how early this morning?
3:30 in the morning.
You got me like 4:30. I had a bad weekend at work. So
we got up at
3:30.
3:30.
3:30. Don't try and demean us.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's on you guys.
3:30.
I went to bed at like 2. So that makes it any better.
Yeah, but what time did you get up?
8:30.
It's like 6 hours.
I got up at 6. So
We're
we're all just tired.
What was so
went
bad
to
about
bed
your
like-
weekend?
No, it was just the bad days at work, honestly.
At the,
Nothing was going right.
Bad customers, you
at
mean?
the Home Depot.
Customers at Home Depot, and just I was
Are they
I was
being
frazzled. I had too much in my mind. It
are
was-
they being jerks?
Yeah, well, it's retail. Of course
Do
it's
I need to
jerks.
go down there and like teach them a lesson for
I would
picking on
pay
you?
to see that, Nate. So you can go ahead, and I'll just watch. And
I wanna hear more about your bad weekend.
no,
Tell us your problems, Patrick.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Here on the Delilah Show. No, what's up? What you going on?
no. It's funny. We had a cashier appreciation day yesterday.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and I got like a water bottle. I got like a little.
Ah.
I got a pen.
Oh,
I got a
look at you.
T-shirt.
Got some swag, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I got some.
They
swag,
have
but-
shirts that big?
Yeah, they do.
He's not like, he's just
No, he's
tall.
just tall. I know.
I'm like size of a dinosaur.
He's like 6'5". He's not like fat
You're
or
right.
anything.
You're right.
Damn. And, but like I think the last couple hours of my shift, I made like a big mistake where I left my position at my register to go help a customer because no one else was helping him. And so yeah, my management caught me doing that, and so
Leaving the money behind,
I
huh?
know. Yeah, I got scolding, and it was.
Did you explain to them that their other employees suck at their job, and I was trying to do their job, and you were trying to do their job?
I would have, but they wouldn't have listened, and it doesn't really matter what I say. I just have to
You're
take
bottom of the totem pole,
I
right?
seriously, yeah, I'm like the grunge. Like I just take it.
Home Depot on Reisterstown Road. Get your shit together. So we're gonna do picks of the week.
Ooh.
Daniel.
You're going to have to come back to me because I didn't put much thought into mine.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
Patrick.
Okay, I think the guest should go first.
Oh, the guest should go first?
Yeah.
I'm
Nathan.
honored. Oh, guys, I'm just.
Pretty sure before the air started, he said he was blessed.
I
Did
know.
he say it at
I
all?
know, I'm honored,
Oh
guys.
Lord, baby.
You know, a
Jesus.
a single tear is coming from my eye.
I can see it. I can see it.
Sexy tear.
Sexy.
Sexy tear. All right, so for my pick of the week, since Halloween's next weekend.
Last time
So
I checked,
excited.
yep.
Last time we checked. So I decided to pick a classic. The movie that was responsible for all the trends of slasher films that came out in the 80s. That were all basically, not all, but a lot of them were basic knockoffs of this. And that is John Carpenter's Halloween. I love this movie. And if anyone who knows me knows I love this movie.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Let's see. So, basic premise. We follow this teenager, Jamie Lee Curtis, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, young Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's great.
Hot Jamie Lee Curtis. Too.
She's good.
Hot
she's,
Jamie Lee
she's still
Curtis?
hot today.
Oh, she is.
She's still hot today,
Right.
man.
Yeah,
She's
Go
good.
on.
She's
Scream
a
Queens.
gilf for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll say it. I'll admit it. Sorry, Mom.
That's okay. I was hesitant on saying it too, so I was like, say the joke. Or
yeah. Anyway, we follow Jamie Lee Curtis, kind of the virgin type character in these slasher movies, as she is hunted down and terrorized by the serial killer Michael Myers.
And what do you like about it so much?
What I like about it so much, well, where to start. First off, the character Michael Myers is probably one of the best horror villains
Yeah.
ever.
Oh yeah.
He's creepy as shit.
And you know why he's so good?
Why? Tell us, Nate.
Because we know nothing about him. We don't know shit. He's just evil because he's evil.
He's like evil incarnate.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
He's not even a character. He's more of like a force of nature, like a hurricane.
Interesting.
I wouldn't say that. People in Mexico might be offended.
They're dealing with Hurricane Penelope.
Well, that was declassified to just a tropical storm.
Oh, was it?
You're a tropical storm.
Thanks.
At our at the tailgate on Saturday, so yesterday, we were like making cards.
Yeah.
And I'm like terrible at like making cards. Like I'm a god when it comes to picking out Hallmark cards. Like I'm so on like all the time. But when I have to make my own cards, I'm not very creative.
What were you making the cards for?
For like, victims of relief, for like people who are being affected by the hurricane.
They did that at the tailgate?
Yeah. I think it was part of SGA and Student Government Association for the non-Stevenson students. And I couldn't think of anything, so I was like, stronger than the storm. No, it's not gonna work. You stay dry. Whatever town from Anchorman.
How many pieces of paper did you go through?
Well, I tried to fold only 2, but the first one I accidentally ripped. So, but I wrote it and I got awful handwriting, and then my friend Chanel helped me draw things, and I was like, thank you so much. I'm just really really bad at this stuff. But sorry, digression. Continue.
What'd you end up settling on?
I don't even remember. It was something along the Anchorman line, but it wasn't totally Anchorman, so I wasn't a total D-bag about it. But I don't remember exactly what I said.
Gotcha.
And then inside the card was thinking of you from Stevenson.
All right. So where was it? Oh, that's
Michael
right. Michael Myers. Yes. Also, let's see. So like I said, I don't really consider more of the character, but more of a force of nature. And because of that, we always sympathize with the victims of the movie, like Jamie Lee Curtis. Also, Jamie Lee Curtis also fights back too. So there's that.
She's one bad bitch.
Oh yeah. She teaches Michael Myers what's up.
Mm-hmm.
She teaches him what's up.
Nice.
What is up?
Also, can't forget the strong performance by Donald Pleasant as Dr. Loomis.
Mm-hmm.
Who, if
Good
I'm
performance.
ever get stuck in a horror movie, I would want him on my side.
Totally.
Yeah.
He's one of the few to be in almost all of them, right? Of the original
Yeah,
series.
just about. Except for maybe
H2O.
Well, you see, he wasn't in the third one because that wasn't Michael Myers' story at all.
Right.
They tried to make it a anthology series,
Okay.
and which could have been a really cool idea if the third one didn't bomb so much.
Right.
So it is starting to get a cult following these days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's starting to get a little bit more popular.
That's really
This time.
primarily actually about Halloween.
Kind of. I haven't really seen it yet because it doesn't have Michael Myers.
I know the nostalgia critic, when he released his video,
Yeah.
the top new 11
Yeah.
new Halloween classics. He mentioned Halloween 3.
Yeah, because it's it really dove into the spirit of Halloween.
Yeah, the spirit of Halloween. It's just a love letter to Halloween. So
Yeah.
something to check out.
Yeah.
Cool. Patrick.
Well, mine's kind of like a anti-pick of the week because I wasn't really pleased with it. But I went to the Haunted Hallways this past Friday.
Here at Stevenson.
Here at Stevenson, which was, I think, formed by MAP, was it? No.
It's SG.
Everything's SGA, and basically what it is all the clubs and organizations here at Stevenson, they'll rent out a space in our banquet hall, and in each of their spaces they create some form of horror scene, whether it's a hospital bed or some dungeon, whatever.
Right.
But that's basically the premise of what this event is.
So yeah, they did that, and it was and this year's theme was movie and television horror. So
So you have to be a critic about this. Okay. I was wondering why you were bringing this up. I was like, why of all things? But that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been having a bad week, so I was kind of slacking with
This is the last straw.
But so yeah, they had a movie theme and television. So they had Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas, American Horror Story,
The Shining.
Name a few. They had kind of a cute, clever spin on Toy Story, was it was Toy Gory. So that's what they called it.
That was Luke's.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Or
really?
Maps or whatever. He was Sid.
He was Sid. Luke does look like Sid.
He put a Punisher shirt on and he was Sid.
Oh,
Good-
shit, I didn't
good
even
for
see
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he basically just screamed at them the whole time. Because he came over afterwards and his voice was very hoarse.
He was. And in fact, I remember him calling out, "You got a friend in me," Nate. I'm like, "Thank you." And after I'm like, "Thanks, Luke. You got a friend in me too."
Yeah, he said he was just yelling at him and Dee Dee, who's also in MAP too. So they were supposed to be dating or something in this thing.
Okay.
But honestly, I recognize that probably took a lot of work to put together, but I think it was just the kind of the energy.
Sorry.
Jeez.
I thought I had the
Yeah.
computer
As
volume
I
off.
explained to Nate, first rule of podcasting and filming: Turn your damn
Your
phone
phone's
off
off.
and your computer off.
Well, I don't think the computer rule is really in effect, but I understand.
Why
the
is it not
concept.
in effect?
Because nobody just has their computer in their pocket, Dan.
Yeah, well, you have your computer here. Put the damn thing on.
Your phone is your
mute.
computer in your pocket.
Well, I understand that, but this
Pwned.
is a laptop.
Pwned.
No, it's not.
Pwned.
So Dan, pick of the week.
Well, are you
Okay, I
finished?
was
Yeah.
Jeez.
You're being a jerk. Jerk.
But yeah,
face.
they were like, I think it's just I think the vibe of the whole thing wasn't right, and I think like just the energy and I think the students who were like performing just wasn't there, and it almost like felt really awkward, like they were just forced to do it. And you could just see, even though it was dark and like there was tons of strobe lights going off, I could kind of tell that the students weren't really getting into it, or they were just trying too hard, so it just came off as awkward. But I think the witches one, which
Yeah,
was
the Coven.
the Coven
That
American
was
Horror
good.
Story, that was good.
Nightmare Before
And,
Christmas.
Yeah, Nightmare Before
was really
Christmas was
good.
probably my favorite because
Yeah.
also I've been listening
Honestly,
to the soundtrack. the past
I
few
liked
days.
I liked the Coven part more than the actual like season of Coven of that season. And terribly.
So all of that's just like the only highlights of the whole event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't. No one said was yelling out "Red Rum, Red Rum,
I
Red
know,
Rum."
yeah, The Shining and the Beetlejuice was like a missed opportunity. It could have been so funny and so scary. But
What'd they do for The Shining?
they did the classic, Here's Johnny, where Jack Nicholson breaks the door,
Yeah.
and they should have. I mentioned this to Nate because we watched The Shining
That
Friday.
night.
that night actually, and they should have done where in the movie where you see Red Rum and then you see the twist with the mirror. They should have done that in the actual haunted hallways where they should have had like Red Rum painted like in red on one side and they had a mirror set up. So when you walk by, you can see that it says like murder on the other side.
We also decided that you should be in it next time and be the kid, so that way someone can go like, Danny,
Danny
boy, Danny,
Danny boy.
Danny.
You know, I actually haven't gotten it that much. Like over all the years, people really have been like associated it, me and that movie. But Red Rum,
Red Rum.
Red Rum. Danny isn't here anymore, Mrs. Torrance. Yeah,
What was Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice. It was the
like the
Jamaican
movie
song.
or
That's not no.
Dale.
Yeah,
Dale.
Banana Boat. Yeah, that.
Yeah, they were playing that while we were waiting in
Yeah.
line to go in.
Oh, so they were first Beetlejuice.
Oh no, they weren't first, but they were just playing the song just to
Yeah.
get us hyped up.
I know that like. And then there was actually someone who was Beetlejuice.
Yeah, he was. He was like, oh, he just to get on my nerves. He's just like getting right in my face. And he didn't even sound like Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. It was
He
just-
didn't.
Yeah, it was just.
Oh
like,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about here. Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost a little too low, but yeah,
What mine or his?
his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yours was half. All right,
Yeah,
It was
I'm getting
alright.
there. I'm getting there.
you're getting there. Like you practice it a lot.
I don't know if I practice it a lot, but it's one of the voices that like if
When
I
you get bored, you
yeah, it's one of those voices I get bored. I'll like try and do it. Yeah. That's just
I
one of
see.
those. Yeah. I'll go. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm
You
done.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Finally. I'll go because I'm sure Dan's still thinking of his.
No, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Do you want to go?
That doesn't matter to me.
Go.
Yes, sir.
Do it. Do it.
My pick of the week.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Yesterday you said today.
No, yesterday you said tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You know what though? Speaking of that, the funniest vine with that I saw was when he's like supposed to be like green screened into the episode of The Office
Oh yeah.
where he's just like, just do it, and then like, Steve Carell's like, no, please, no.
My favorite
Anyway.
one's the Life Alert one where it's help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Just do it. That's my favorite one.
he literally just like, I put it on a green screen so people can put it into stuff.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Okay.
I don't know. Was that like a real ponytail thing that he had, or was that like an extension?
It was real because then like a month later he shaved his head for whatever role.
Okay, because it seemed like there was no way he could grow something like that quick. Anyway,
Well, his hair was kind of long in the Sia music video too.
yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah.
You know, for
He did
whatever
that movie
reason,
with Lars von Trier. I can't remember the name of it, but he may have been growing it then.
for some reason, I feel like celebrities have this secret like formula or something, or shampoo where they can just grow like any kind
Yeah.
of hair that they need. You know what I mean? Like they just seem to have like, it's like, oh, I need long hair by next week. Got it. put this lotion in, and it's just like long locks, and then it's like, oh, got to shave it? No problem, because I'll just grow it back and like instantly.
Or a wig.
Could be. But sometimes they actually like grow their hair out.
I think they just grow their hair out.
In the case of Shia LaBeouf.
Oh.
Or Shia LaBeouf. Is it LaBeouf?
Beef.
It's LaBeouf.
Yeah, from True Grit.
Yeah.
LaBeouf. You know how he got his accent like that? He had to wear a rubber band on his tongue.
Yeah, especially when he gets chewed his tongue off in the movie.
Mm-hmm. So I got that like accent thing. Anyways, my pick of the week, I'm surprised I didn't think of it sooner, was the new Adele song, Hello, which both the song and the music video are worth checking out. I guess if you watch the music video, you're killing two birds with one stone. Mm. But it's the first music video to be shot on IMAX cameras.
Mm.
But still shown like on the internet and stuff like that.
It would
but
be
it
cool
looks
if they made that like an event, perhaps. They
something
probably
to
would
go
do it.
see.
Or show like
utilize the IMAX camera.
Pay
Like-
$15 to see this 3-minute music video.
It was 6 minutes.
well, I mean,
The
they
song's
still-
long.
They still could probably like, show it before like some kind of movie.
It's like a trailer or something.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
like that
or
thing where
sh-
they show you like behind the scenes
Mm-hmm.
before the movie. They could have done that.
yeah, or like maybe they'll show for the James Bond movie.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Probably not.
Maybe.
But
Well,
cool.
yeah, they probably want
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith to be like kind of promoted there.
Something, yeah. But the song is her first single off her new album, 25, which comes out about a month from now, November 20th. And
Her album names are just so creative.
she said this will be the last one with their age on it because she
thank
feels like
God.
25 is like the last.
16, 20,
19,
19,
19, 21, 25. And it's the age when she starts the album, not when she releases the album.
Right.
She's 27 now, but she started when she was 25.
Okay.
And she like took a while off because she had gotten vocal surgery, so she actually sounds different. Not dramatically different, but like somewhat noticeably different than she did in her
Like
previous two
lower
albums.
or-
Lower.
Lower. Okay.
But like still just phenomenal. And the song, they actually did a funny Vine of it. It's called When Lionel Richie Calls Adele. And because like the first like words of the song is like her going hello, and then it like cuts to him going hello, this is me you're looking for, and then she's like just like hangs up in the music video. And it's only like 15 seconds long, but
Vine's 6 seconds.
then it was just a video.
Okay. Dan just gave me the finger. For those of you, all right, now gave me the Ross finger from Friends.
Yeah, that's the only I could do. Yeah, so it was a really really good song. It's a ballad, probably close to 5 minutes. Music video is 6 because they have like a beginning part or whatever that before she sings. My only complaint with the music video is there's a part where she's like talking on the phone to her ex-boyfriend or boyfriend or whatever, and you can hear them like having the phone conversation a little bit while she's also singing the song like on top of it, so it's kind of distracting.
Right.
But it doesn't totally take away from the video, and it's
Right.
like they did it in black and white, but they put like a green tint on it, which is kind of cool. It looks really interesting for the
That's cool.
piece. Yeah, so definitely look
Yeah.
into that.
Adele, the thing I have with Adele is the same thing I had with Demi Lovato, which her voice is fantastic, so powerful, and I love it. But I'm just not a fan of the songs.
Just her writing.
Yeah.
I like her songs that they don't play on the radio. They don't like drive into your skull.
Yeah.
They don't overplay.
Like
Rumor Has
for
It,
example,
you know.
I can't really listen to Rumor Has It anymore. I can't listen to
Rolling in the
something
Deep.
Rolling in the Deep. Someone Like You. Like I can't listen to those anymore. But like you throw on literally any of their other songs, pretty much anything off of 19 because they barely ever play 19, or any of the other songs off of 21 are fantastic. And then like Hello is really good too.
Yeah.
So hoping I'll really enjoy it before they like play the hell out of it.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. My pick of the week is V for Vendetta, which is a graphic novel written by Alan Moore and illustrated by David Lloyd, and it's about kind of the whole Big Brother idea from like 1984, taking that into effect of England kind of uses that for their current time period, which is in like the 90s is when it takes place, and everything's monitored, everything's regulated, the cameras everywhere. There's the organization is like the head is obviously like in charge of everything. Then they have the ears, which is like what the gossip's going on. They have fingermen, which is kind of like the police. They have the nose, which is like the detectives of different crime scenes. And it goes through this, and it's about this character V, who's bringing anarchy to this very communist, socialist, whatever world. And it's my personal favorite graphic novel. I read it the first time I read it. I think it was like 2 years ago. I'm just rereading it now again. And it's just awesome, fantastic, great story, and definitely check it out.
Yeah, that's one of the graphic novels I've been meaning to check because I love the movie.
Uh-huh.
What do you think of the movie, Brent?
I've only seen bits and pieces of the movie because the one day I think we were trying to watch it, I was on duty, so I was in and out of the room. But I mean, from what I've seen so far, it's good. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the movie was way more fast paced than any book. You always feel that vibe going to it too. Natalie Portman as Evie is kind of.
It's just different.
It's different because she's not how I would have seen Evie in like a live action.
Evie's in
setting.
Evie's like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old prostitute, right?
I wouldn't call her a prostitute. She's a.
I only read part of it. So.
Yeah. So the whole like prostitution thing is that like her parents were taken away by the government when she was 12. The next 4 years she was working in some kind of clothing factory. And then at age 16, the money wasn't good enough, and she saw a lot of her friends prostituting themselves. So she thought she'd do it too. And then when she tried to do it, she actually tried to sell herself to one of the fingermen, and they're about to rape her, then kill her. But V comes in and saves her. So I wouldn't call her a prostitute. I'd call her someone who's just having a tough go.
In the movie, she works for like a television station, so it's almost like she's living this boring life, and the V comes in and kind of just shows her how to really live.
Wait, she works for the TV station?
Yeah.
Right. That's so bad.
Yeah, they changed it.
Oh man, no! Like the TV station scene, which part of the book too, which is really really cool. When he goes in and basically takes over the station and has his own like broadcast. But as his broadcast is happening, where he's talking about how the English people from England are being suppressed, and they've been lying, and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing as human beings. The fingermen are trying to go to the TV station and break him out, get him in there, but that broadcast was pre-recorded. He's not actually in there. So when they think they found him, they end up shooting a random civilian. So like
that plays the same in the movie.
It plays the same, but also he's there too as well.
Yeah,
he is, but like. He ends up, like, by the time the broadcast plays, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
And then, she works for the TV station, and the reason he shows up is because she wasn't supposed to be out. Like, it was like a curfew thing, and, like, she was out past her curfew or whatever. That's what it was. And then he starts rattling off all these V words and
all
whatever.
The alliteration. Which
Yeah.
Hugo Weaving does a great job in it. Just doing that.
Hugo Weaving is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about that 2 days ago. About if they did a remake, who would play who?
Well, it's only 10 years old, the movie. It's not like... There's no need right now to do it.
Really?
Remake.
Not all the Batman remakes or Spider-Man remakes or Fantastic Four remakes. Nothing like that.
Yeah, but I'm not behind it. Like, I don't support it, all these remakes.
Yeah, except for the Batman one.
The Batman one, just because it works better with the DCU, what they're doing with the DCU, Christian Bale's Batman just wouldn't have worked.
Well, that's more of a reboot than a remake, so too.
Right.
But you know what?
Just like with James Bond, they rebooted after 8 years or so. After like 4 movies.
Yeah.
About that.
I don't know. I feel the same way with just books in general about doing remakes. Like when The Great Gatsby came out for the second time, I was really really excited because Tobey Maguire cast as Nick Carraway. Like that's perfect. Like Tobey Maguire is that awkward person that Nick Carraway is, and did not play out that way. And I was really really upset about that.
Did you see the Robert Redford?
Yes, that one was.
I heard that's not really good.
It's
okay.
Both of them are not. They don't do the book justice, and both things the movie does, which makes no sense, is they always make Daisy a blonde. Daisy's not blonde; she has brown hair.
Oh, she's a brunette.
But like that, they always do that in both movies, and it's just like why? Like it makes why the change?
I guess because it's just
more appealing.
That, or because she's kind of like almost like a bit of an airhead. So and that's kind of drawn towards blonde stereotypically.
Yes.
I wouldn't even call her an airhead. I would call her somebody who is
Ditzy
not even ditzy, just someone who's been trapped in this way of life.
yeah, okay.
And is treated a certain way where she feels like she has to be ditzy or she has to be an airhead, but she's really not. It's just her way that she sees it as her only way to go through life is this way without Jay there. Because with Tom, it's like, oh, I have to be this housewife that I know he cheats on me, like, and that's just the only way she sees the world. So I wouldn't call her. I'm defending Daisy, okay? Don't mess with my girl Daisy.
Oh, I can
don't
stand Daisy in the book.
I don't even really like the book.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I mean,
It doesn't grab me.
it's a good.
Well, I hope not.
It's a good history lesson, I guess, for like the life in the 20s. But I can understand why people would not like.
And
that.
besides-
I see it too.
What's it call it? Leo DiCaprio's character in Titanic died and then just became
Yeah.
Jay Gatsby.
Yeah.
So
Jay
Right.
Gatsby.
you know,
But honestly, he was the best part of the movie. Honestly,
Leo.
yeah, it was perfect casting.
He was a great Jay.
Great
Fantastic.
Gatsby.
The guy who played Tom too.
Joel Edgerton.
He did a really good job as Tom as well. I thought those were probably the two like best roles. Again, Tobey Maguire's role was just so underused. They messed up Nick bad,
And they kind of copy Moulin Rouge with the beginning, like the framing device where he wrote The Great Gatsby.
yeah.
While like I think he's in a shack or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Well, it is the same guy.
Yeah,
Is it the
Baz
same-
Luhrmann.
yeah, the
Baz
same
Luhrmann
person who
directed it.
made-
So
I have a friend. His biggest complaint of the movie is that he heard subwoofers from the party scene. There were no subwoofers in the 1930s.
Right. There's no
That was-
Jay-Z music either.
No, I mean I love the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack's great. That version of Crazy Love with Janelle Monáe is my favorite version of the song.
and Jack White hit
Love is Blindness.
Love is
that was
Blindness.
Which is
That's a
great.
good cover.
That's a
Little
good
Party
cover.
Never Killed Nobody with Fergie and Will.i.am was great. So I thought the soundtrack was great, but like I understand my friend's problem of not being, accurate as far as subwoofers. I don't know. Maybe I
Right, but if you're going to
Yeah, if you're a
complain about the
history buff, it's gonna-
subwoofers, then you got to complain about the soundtrack too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because there isn't rap music. There isn't, all this rock and roll kind of stuff. Like it's jazz music pretty much and ballads and stuff.
Visually it was interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean Baz Luhrmann's movies always look good. I mean the story and even like the editing, which I never liked, especially in the beginning of The Great Gatsby, where it's just too quick and we can't really enjoy the beautiful looking sets and the cinematography. So same problem in Moulin Rouge too.
I still have to see both of those movies.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But from the sounds of it, I'll just give Moulin Rouge a chance.
Okay.
From the sound, from the way you guys
sounds-
describe the
All
Great
right.
Gatsby remake.
All right. Buzz Killington.
Who wants to look at some stencils? Look at this stencil of a man trying to get on a bicycle. He
You like
seems
that?
to be having
He's
some
a scrapper.
trouble.
My glasses in front of my nose.
Family Guy.
So Monday,
Yes.
new Star Wars trailer came
Oh yeah,
out.
that's right.
I was wondering where you're going with it.
This is where I'm going with it. I'm trying to change the subject here a little bit so we can get a little more on track with what we want to talk about today. New Star Wars trailer came out during the
Force nerds to watch
you
football.
forced nerds to watch football during the Eagles Giants game,
Disney clever
which is
bastards.
which is even like a bad game. So that's what made it worse.
I have a question. Did you guys actually watch a game or you just watched it on YouTube?
I caught the highlights the next day, but they were like, it was pitiful to watch. Honestly, really embarrassing for both teams. If I had to be a sports analyst right now for a second, really embarrassing.
I watched like the 5 minutes leading up to it just to make sure I didn't miss it. Then I watched the trailer and then it was just like click TV off.
Yeah,
So there's the
Dan
trailer.
texted me a link to the trailer. Here, watch this now.
I was like, Patrick, watch it. You should watch the trailer. And then I'm like, it's up on YouTube. And he's like, no, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. And then it's like I watched it like a few more times, and I was like, Patrick, can you please just watch it tonight? He's like, no, Dan, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. And then an hour later, he goes, okay, I couldn't wait.
They're like, fuck it. I was just like, fuck it. I'll just watch it.
Why the fuck wouldn't you watch it when I sent it to you? Who cares?
Because I just wanted. It was like early in the
But it's
in the-
Star Wars.
I know. I was trying to show some self-restraint, but I couldn't. do
What
it.
difference does it make? Do you watch it tonight or tomorrow? Like, it's out. Watch it.
I have my reasons.
No, you
but-
don't.
Yes, I do.
You make no sense.
But yeah, it was fucking awesome.
And then look what happened. He gave in, just like I knew. Excellent.
Excellent.
This is like the time when Josh Cheney has figured out the formula to say something evil. something dark side.
We posted the trailer on our Facebook page. For those of you who follow us, it is there. If not, just search it on YouTube.
Literally type in any word from Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
The Fork Awakens.
Fork Awakens.
the Fork Awakens.
And you'll find
Baseballs.
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and you'll find it. So
Yeah.
it's probably one of the most popular on YouTube.
Dan,
right
what'd
now.
you think of the trailer?
Oh, me first?
Yeah.
You first.
Me. I liked it a lot, but at the same time, I was still kind of like, Like, I didn't think it was as, I had more hype for it than the excitement I got from it, if that makes sense.
Which I think is the feeling for everybody who's a Star Wars fan for this movie. And I think that's a general thing because the first three did not, or the next three, episode 1, 2, and 3, did not live up to the hype that was expected from them.
Yeah.
And right now, every Star Wars fan is like, this is our
Like we're excited, but like
This is-
it
this
could
is
go
our
south
yeah.
real quick.
This is our reawakening, and if this has to be good, it's going. Yeah, exactly.
Like they don't want it to be the Phantom Menace over again because that was like hyped as shit, and the trailers were awesome. But then when they saw it, like they were just
Misa, I think you're not so good. But yeah, I think that's why it's not just you. I think it's every Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome seeing, all the characters interact, old and new, Han talking with Rey and Finn, where he's like, it's all true, all of it. And then we're like, wait a minute. Didn't you not believe in the Force like 4 movies ago? And now he's like, it's all true. So,
that's some character development right there, man.
yeah.
Good for Han. Yeah.
I think
Han.
it's the same area
Han.
in the
dark
Millennium
side.
Falcon that he said it before.
Yeah,
So
the
I
dark
think-
side and the Jedi. Get out of my family.
So when I saw that part of the trailer, he talked about the dark side, which was Oscar Isaac's character in the movie, the pilot.
Yeah.
Well, they
Poe Dameron.
showed him when he said
Yeah, they showed him when he said that, and then they said, and the Jedi, and that's when they showed Finn. And to me, I was like, oh, is that a hint at something?
I don't-
Also, like Kylo Ren in the trailer, he's like brainwashing Poe Dameron. Or something
I
like
think
that.
Poe won't have Force powers, dark or light. They were kind of describing him as like a Han Solo, but for X-wing fighters.
Okay. I know, but like, I don't know, just like the way it was worded and the way it was shown.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that's done intentionally.
It's a Disney.
but
It's a Disney movie, and Disney's really, really good at putting in those like little
hints and
Yeah, it's
teases.
all
Easter
strategic,
eggs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just like the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, interesting.
Something to think
Maybe,
about.
maybe he'll have to be rescued or something like that.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Kylo Ren was like, we'll finish the work that you started or whatever, and they show you the Darth Vader helmet, so he's like really about finishing. But they're making no reference to Darth Sidious or like the Emperor.
Yeah.
They're making it seem like it's all Darth Vader that did it.
Well, I mean,
He was the muscle of it for sure, but like
I guess he had a bigger presence
true.
in the story, so I think people would just refer to Darth Vader more than the Emperor.
Yeah, and
perhaps.
also he was the Emperor like watchdog, so probably he did all the dirt work. So probably the universe as a whole probably knows Darth Vader more.
well, what if
You're
Kylo
tr-
Ren's
you're
like
right.
the son of the Dark Lord? Like,
Of the Emperor?
yeah, the Emperor. Like, what if that's the thing? Because I mean, I'm thinking as a human being, he's probably dead. He already looked like a piece of shit. He's probably dead.
Well, all right. Let's go by timeline here. So in Revenge of the Sith, right? He was at least like 60.
older than 60.
At least 60.
I'm gonna say 60 because then it's.
He must have had cancer if he was 60.
Before he got
looked
deformed.
But then
terrible.
remember he looked fine, and then
feel like Ian
he
McDiarmid was, like,
he was
60.
trying to zap him, Mace Windu with
Oh,
the
that's
lightning,
right.
and then he blasted it back at him. That's how he gets to look like that.
Oh, yeah.
So
you're
he's
right.
let's say he's 60, right? Then it's like 19 years between 3 and 4. So then by the time
He's like 80 something.
he is in his like 70s or 80s, so
I'd say close
I'm
to-
Poe,
gonna
there's
guess-
no way
I'm gonna guess he's dead.
there's no way Kylo Ren is his son,
You don't
grandson
think so?
maybe, but not his
grandson,
son.
or maybe
Grandson.
like some
Oh,
kind
But,
yeah, we know
but
that
who would
Kylo
want to
Ren-
like hook up with the Emperor? He's gross.
Yeah.
But as the Emperor, man, he's got all that power. He probably shoots.
I mean,
lightning
I guess
through
if
his
you
dick, like
if you turn the lights off, I guess anybody looks fine.
Okay.
that's Dan's philosophy on how to pick up chicks, guys.
That's right. Just turn the lights off. I'll look fine.
No, I promise.
Look, I look like John Hamm. I
Well,
swear.
that's one of my dad's rules. Is he goes, I'll say, oh, this person's too tall, whatever. He goes, they're all the same size in bed.
And your dad told you this.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
This explains a lot.
And they're also not. That is not true. I think your dad needs to take a health class
Yeah, I don't know.
or watch porn.
That's what he tells me. I don't know. Or
He tells me he watches porn.
no.
Oh, dude, you gotta check out this scene I saw on the hub.
He told me that like years and years ago.
What? Did he watches porn?
No, the height thing. The height thing. Yeah. I knew that. I was like thinking about it before I said it. I was like, this is gonna go bad, but I'll just say it anyway.
But no, I liked the fact that we heard Kylo Ren's voice.
Yeah, I was worried about it because I know Adam Driver kind of has a goofy, deep voice, and I think it worked.
With the mod, with like the mic, it sounds pretty cool.
It was a good in between. Like it was low, similar to Darth Vader, but you could still hear like he could still emote.
Yeah.
With it.
What
I'm
else?
glad they made that.
I didn't find out it was Adam Driver until you told me. I was like, no freaking way.
Yeah, and that's why you see him at the end without his helmet on, when he's like stomping down to Finn or whatever.
He
He's not
didn't have
wearing
a helmet on?
No, he has like these
because he has long black
freaking
hair.
long black mullet looking hair. Yeah.
It's not a mullet.
Okay, fine.
Not a mullet. Okay. I did it. I was the hairdresser. No, but what was I gonna say? Oh, and then in the beginning where she's like, "Who are you?" and then she's like, "I'm nobody." Like Rey's like, "I'm nobody." I think that's Lupita Nyong'o's character.
I think that's
right?
Maz Kanata, the space pirate.
He would know their name. Her name.
Yeah, it was in the Variety article. Yeah.
Miles. What? What's her name?
Maz Katana.
Maz.
M-A-Z.
Maz.
Katana.
Katana.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like in
I know DC was making a.
katana as the sword katana.
Sure. I'm sure that's a reference to it. But yeah, I think the shot where you see Finn, Rey, BB-8, and Han going to that like building, that temple with all the
that's
banners.
probably her.
I think that's her hideout with all her.
She's gonna be kind of like the Jabba the Hutt, right? At this thing,
that'd be
but
kinda
like
cool, yeah.
nicer. It seems like.
Nicer looking too.
Well, we don't know. She could be gross looking too.
Did she like
There was some concept art, and she looked pretty gross and kind of.
oh, really?
She's CGI.
Yeah, like completely
okay.
mocap. Yeah,
Is
which is a shame because
She's attractive.
Lupita's really beautiful.
Yeah,
but,
Is she like taking over like Jabba's like crime syndicate,
I'm
or
not
is
she's
it a
taking
whole new
over.
one?
She's just another space.
It's a whole new one.
She's a whole new gangster.
I don't know if there's enough out there to like make a strong enough. I mean, we can make assumptions, but I don't think there's anything out there.
I
And
don't think
it would
so.
make
No,
as
no.
Patrick has said before, it would make the world too small.
Yeah,
if you just
galaxy
keep
too
it like,
small.
oh, this one took over for this one. We make the like. I want to see the.
It's like I'm
galaxy
fine with
grow.
the Skywalkers and that's it. Everyone else just needs to be.
That's
like
why
their own character.
I'm fine with it being Jakku and not like Tatooine
Yeah.
again. Like
Yeah.
that could be interesting that it's another because eventually you're gonna repeat. Like you can only do like sand, water, ice, green,
Forest,
you know,
yeah.
forest or whatever. Like eventually a planet is gonna repeat when you have these kind of planets.
I think as
Lava.
long as the inhabitants are hopefully more distinct or different, then I don't mind.
So far, it kind of seems the same, but
Did you guys pre-order your tickets?
yes.
I still need to.
I still need to.
I ordered 5. Me and my family are going the Thursday at 7 p.m.
Nice.
My family doesn't care. So I'm going with 2 for my
So you're probably
friends.
gonna get there at what 5 or
Well,
Well, it depends if you have
the
reserved
theater-
seating.
The theater. I don't think it's reserved seating,
Yeah.
but the theater's also at a mall. So I'm gonna try to swing it that we should go at like 5. Oh, let's go to dinner at the mall and we can check out some stores. And then like, oh, but wait, it's right here.
See, now they know your plan.
see, like I wouldn't mind doing that.
I
But
think my mom's
parents-
gonna be okay about it.
Yeah, my parents. I think my parents would be on board with that. They just don't like waiting just for
Yeah.
a movie. I don't mind it.
My-
but
My family would probably be like, okay, we'd go, but we're not going at 10:45 on Thursday night. Like
Yeah.
they have work and stuff the next day and all that, or school for Kyle.
maybe my sister.
That's why I went to the 7 o'clock one, so I can make sure my brother and sister get back at a reasonable hour.
Me, it's like I don't give a fuck. The other two,
yeah.
the
Well,
other
I
two,
mean,
I think have work. I don't have any work.
Semester will be over by then too.
Right, I'll be home. So I already
Yeah.
I pre-ordered them for home.
As long as I'm not like front and center, that's fine. Because
That's true.
I get nauseous sitting front and center.
Though, if I am, I'm still gonna see it, but then that means I definitely have to come back to see it again.
I feel like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna. I want almost want to just wait a couple days and then go see it where the reactions die down.
Oh, I guess you're a big fan, Pat.
see, I want to do it.
I'm not even as big a fan as I'm not even that huge a fan of the Star Wars franchise, but I'm seeing it before you.
I see.
Yeah, but he's seeing it in California.
Yeah,
So you're seeing it later than us even too.
Yeah, you'll see it 3 hours behind us. We'll text you, be like, "This person dies. This person's this." Fuck you. As we're sitting in
Fuck you, Dan.
Actually,
I'll find you. I'll fucking kill you.
you'll see it before any of us. You'll see it almost. You'll probably be almost done with the movie by the time I'm seeing it.
Yeah, I'll see it before all you guys.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Okay, where are you seeing it?
This one theater just at my hometown,
Oh,
In
where's your
Pennsylvania.
hometown?
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's called the
Okay.
Great Escape Theater. So, those of you who want to do a meet and greet for the podcast, I'll be there.
Your
Sign
mom
up.
probably doesn't even want to meet you.
My mom's like, oh. My mom, whenever we try to go to movies at like 8 something, she's like, oh, it's too late. I'm like, Mom, it's not too late.
The sun literally just went down. It's not that late.
Love you, mommy.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I plan on getting early, and I want to go. I was telling Luke, Luke, but I wanted
My best
to.
friend Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I gotta see his costume. Maybe I'll go over later. He's gonna be a evil Luke Skywalker, so he bought this like full on like cosplay. looking.
So the Mark Hamill pitch. He's gonna.
Yeah,
he's
I gotta
gonna
watch
do
the
that.
video. That's really cool that he did that. But yeah, he's got like the dark. It kind of looks like Anakin's uniform, but like it's like high quality and stuff. And he bought a lightsaber that's like legit and all that, red. But anyway, I want to see it like with an audience because there's gonna be nothing cooler
Yeah.
than sitting in a packed house.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hear dun 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 dun,
cheering.
like the Star Wars theme, and people are just gonna go nuts. And then
Yeah.
like when this character premieres and this character, you're just like they're gonna lose it.
They're going to lose their shit.
No,
when
like
Luke
definitely, like this is
shows
if
up.
you have to see at least only one movie on opening weekend ever, this would be the movie to go see.
Yeah.
On opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was mentioning to my friends like, hey, I'm thinking about these dates, and one of my friends like, can we just go another weekend? It's gonna be packed. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And
Are you kidding
they're
me?
predicting the first weekend, which is nuts, $600
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
That's opening weekend.
Fucking
It's
insane.
going to break 1.2 trillion.
Yeah, and that's why I love that. No, billion.
It's going to break. It's going to be like $1 trillion.
You think so?
Oh my God,
You really
yeah,
think so?
100%. First movie.
Well, with worldwide in
yeah,
there, or
yeah.
just like
So you think
national
it'll
or
be Avatar?
international?
Internationally.
Okay,
I definitely think he's gonna break a lot of new records.
Oh my God, yeah.
it'll definitely.
It's
I
gonna be like
bet
the highest grossing movie in
I'm gonna
December.
say it's gonna
Ever.
get close to $3 billion. I don't know if it's gonna get to $1 trillion.
I don't.
You know, I
I
don't.
love Star Wars, but even
I
that's
think-
kind of
I-
Did you say 600 million?
Million.
I thought you said billion.
No, 600 million.
Then
Even so, like 600 million. Some movies only make 600 million
Yeah.
in their whole
Yeah.
run.
Then I sound like an idiot then. Probably not $1 trillion. I thought you said billion. That's why I was like going with it.
No,
You
no,
know.
no.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he even like surpassed like Titanic or
It will.
Avatar.
If I did
It's-
say billion, I meant million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, because like they sold like 100 and something million in pre-order tickets or something crazy like
Crashed,
that.
man.
Yeah, it crashed the first night. I had to get them the next morning. Thank God. I was like, oh, it's gonna be the next morning. I'm not gonna be able to get the tickets now. They're gonna be all gone and stuff. There was plenty of tickets the next
Yeah.
morning. So
The highest grossing movie ever is 3.4 billion of Gone with the Wind.
Right after inflation.
after like with
Yeah.
inflation. Well, without inflation, it's like Titanic or Avatar.
It's Titanic and second's Avengers and third's Dark Knight.
With flight. Wait,
Star Wars is number 3.
the
Yeah.
original Star Wars.
wait, is this with inflation or whatever adjusted for
Yeah.
inflation?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You know what's depressing?
What?
When it comes to Star Wars is this will be the first one since obviously it's Disney now that we won't hear the dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Okay,
dun,
we
dun.
get it.
sad,
So
but once
I know
the
how it
credits
goes.
start
I know how
rolling,
it
like,
goes.
okay,
The
I'll
20th
probably get
century.
over it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But like,
I don't
it'll
think they'll probably won't show like the Disney intro.
No, they won't. They won't.
I swear to God, if we see like the Tinkerbell thing, like what do you call it, fly across the lake and then like land on top of the Disney castle, I'm walking out of that theater.
What happened if Tinkerbell is shot down by a TIE fighter?
That would be funny.
all right, good save, Disney.
Yeah,
Oh,
or like
man.
it crashes into like the castle or something.
That's funny. The highest one without inflation is Avatar.
Still Avatar. Okay.
With what?
2.8 ish. Runs up to 2.8
What's an ish?
billion.
Oh, okay.
About 2.78.
Jurassic World, yeah, was number 3.
Yep. Jurassic World was good, man.
I love the memes
It was
where
a
they're
fun
like,
movie.
I made this much. Like, what movie was it? Avengers 2.
Then like
Yeah.
Furious
And
7,
then-
and then
Yeah,
We
and
broke
then
the internet on the first day.
yeah, Star Wars is like, just wait. Yeah, it's like our turn now. I like those. Those are
They're
funny.
like, we broke the internet.
Yeah.
Top 10 adjusted for inflation. Gone with the Wind, Avatar, Star Wars, Titanic, Sound of Music, E.T., The Ten Commandments, which I'm kind of surprised about actually, Dr. Zhivago, Jaws, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I'm kind of surprised by Dr. Zhivago. I didn't realize that was a big
Yeah.
box office hit.
That's on AFI's top 100.
Okay.
So
I mean, so there's some other top 100 movies up there that didn't do too great.
yeah. I mean, well, the top 100 that AFI does, it's not about grossing.
Yeah.
It's
No,
about
no.
the most culturally important movies ever made.
Exactly.
That's what they try to hit on, which they do a fantastic job. Obviously, well, I expect nothing less is the American Film Institute.
So back to the trailer.
Okay.
Do you think Finn is gonna be a Jedi? Because I don't think he is. Well,
I feel like he will be.
He is. I think he
maybe,
is.
but I don't think he has like family ties to any of them.
He may not have family ties, but he will be a
He
Jedi.
will be a Jedi, but he's not going to be related to anybody.
But then I wonder, maybe he's only going to use it for now. Because I feel like if Rey turns out to be a Skywalker or even a Solo, I think she deserves to use the Anakin Luke lightsaber over Finn. So
it would
hopefully,
be interesting. Maybe there's some conflict where she doesn't want it.
yeah, even so, she might want to be more like a Han.
And actually,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. That'd be a little more interesting. If
I think
if she
so,
turns down like the Force,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
she
so
kind
too.
of turns down.
Well, maybe she does. Maybe like it was like passed over her. Maybe she doesn't have the Force. Since it was
it
passed
definitely
over.
seems that way. Because they remember the Lupita Nyong'o's character. Her voice comes back at the end of that trailer, and she's like, "The Force is in you," or whatever, is calling you, and
Just let it in.
yeah. So I think she's still talking to Rey at that point, unless she could be switching and talking to Finn. 'Cause
Yeah, 'cause
if it's
he's
that,
gonna be in that same scene.
as I
too.
say, if it's that scene where they walk inside,
Yeah,
But
maybe.
you know what's so great about the trailer? How
What's
they're
that?
not really like showing you every scene like some trailers do.
Oh no.
They keep it very vague.
They have to.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
they
keeping it
have to.
so vague, and that's what's great about it because now people are theorizing it, getting more talked
Because they
about.
know that it's Star Wars. You're gonna see it anyway, even if you
Yeah.
know jack shit about
Exactly,
what the story is.
and it's just like genius marketing.
Oh yeah, Disney. Yeah, when
No,
Disney
you know what's-
really have confidence in their product, they will market it.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Actually, the best marketed video is definitely the Hotline Bling music video by Drake. By far. I'm just saying.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. It totally is. Have you guys
Yeah, I've
seen
seen
it?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen those.
Yeah, that's the most. Have you seen all the memes and parodies?
Yeah,
Oh
to it?
my
yeah.
god,
Yeah, like that's the.
I've seen the Star Trek.
That is the
one.
most marketed video of all
The
time.
Avengers one was really funny.
The my favorite one is the one with High School Musical in the background, because like he's
see
on the
that one.
stairs and it's like the one. I think that one's really funny. Like the Pokemon one,
Pokemon
the
was good.
DiGiorno pizza one.
I remember seeing like a DBZ version one.
Yeah. No. But anyway, for all you hip kids over there, not really interested in Star Wars and want to hear about Drake, which you know.
if there's
Cool.
any hip kids listening to this, actually, you know what? I doubt there's hip
Yeah,
kids
I mean-
listening to
I mean, we're all
Guys-
hip,
that
right?
aren't into
I
Star
mean, it
Wars.
is called Geekest.
Yeah, emphasis on the geek part.
Yeah.
So
So that being said, like, it's cool to be a geek and nerd these days.
Oh hell yeah, man!
So
well, yeah, you saw
there's
21
that
Jump
aspect.
Street. Jonah Hill's character fit in more than Channing Tatum's
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah.
fucked the captain's daughter, so I mean,
in the second one. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
That was. So that was one of those movies too. I think I'm gonna talk about this one of the times we did a podcast, but seeing 22 Jump Street. The Thursday it came out with maybe like 10 people in the theater, and then seeing it the following Friday with the theater packed, like just it made the experience just that much better.
Yeah.
It was the
With
same
all-
thing when we saw Back to the Future. I was saying to them,
Oh.
I was like, I don't remember it being that funny, but when you're sitting with a full audience and people are coming together, it's like that much more enjoyable.
Oh, right.
Laughing or whatever it
I
is.
can definitely see where one of the professors here even says it's a whole different experience. Like new professor Chris
Ernst.
Chris Ernst. I remember we were talking about the Tommy. Like, yeah, I was seeing Back to the Future on the big screen. Totally different experience.
Right.
And he was 100% correct.
I'm sad I couldn't go.
Yeah, it was really
It
cool.
was a
to
really
see.
nice theater too.
Just going to say
Yeah,
that,
I saw all the pictures that you were posting, Patrick, because you're such a mom about that kind of stuff. But
No,
It's
it's
just
Dad.
one photo.
one photo.
What about all the other photos from the other screenings?
Did I do those? I probably did.
Yeah, who are you kidding? What photos? I don't
I
know.
don't know what you're talking about.
Godfather, Blade Runner.
You can track where Patrick is based on his Facebook and Instagram.
If I get in a wreck, I'll probably take a picture of it.
Yeah. Bad day at Home Depot. I got a water bottle, though.
with like some weird filter on it too.
On the water bottle
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah. Do you want to switch topics real quick before
Sure.
we close it out about the new episodes this week for the
Oh, right, brief
TV
versions.
universe for superheroes? So I think did you see Gotham this week?
He's
No,
not.
but go
He's
ahead.
He's behind on.
You're behind on
I
Gotham.
don't mind if you spoil it.
I'm
I won't spoil anything because Dan hasn't finished it either. But Gotham this week, you find out more about Theo Galavan and his history and his past, which is really cool, and more about with Penguin and that squad that Gordon creates too.
It's like task force. or
The
something.
task force, whatever it is, that gets more involved with that. So I mean, great episode. Really helped push the story along. It wasn't very actiony, but helped push the story along. Oh, it was kind of actiony because it was Firefly. Firefly was in the episode, and she was the sister of the main arsonist, so it was Chick Firefly. But it was good. It was a good
When
episode.
is Paul Rubens coming? Is he later in the season or?
Probably closer to
Okay.
the mid-season finale.
I'm like getting excited
Because
about that.
they're usually about 5 to 8 episodes ahead when they
Right.
film. So if it's episode 4, they're probably on 12 now. So he'll probably be in like 12 or 13. That's how Arrow was. I think when it premiered, they were on like filming like the crossover.
Yeah, I was on Tumblr. I already saw pictures of like for episode 9 and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go a couple episodes, but then they take a short break,
Mhm.
and then it kind of ends up catching themselves up a little bit.
Right.
So it only maybe they might only be like 4 episodes ahead or something
Mhm.
like that. Because you got to leave some time in. Like each episode takes 10 days to shoot, at least for Arrow, and I'm thinking Flash too. But then they also need more time for the visual effects now.
Yeah.
You know that they have to render and stuff, so they know ahead of time. Oh, we need Grodd like down the pike. Okay, so they start working on Grodd or whatever. Or like when they casted the kid Jay Jackson for the new Firestorm, they had to do a full body scan. So like that takes time and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Flash this week also was very good.
It was actually really good.
Yeah, it's a Captain Cold.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
Wentworth
still have
Miller.
to see it, but from my understanding, there's nothing really. It's kind of like a filler almost, but good.
It
was-
seems filler-esque
I mean,
to
you
me.
get I think you get to relate with Captain Cold.
Yeah,
more.
the
I was
main
actually feeling for
the
him.
main storyline was very filler, but Wentworth Miller did a really, really good job of making you feel for Captain Cold
Mhm.
because
You warmed up to him?
yeah,
That would be something he would say.
yeah.
He's always
oh
like,
my god, he's
you
so
warm my heart.
he's so awfully punny.
I know.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. But no, the episode is. Oh, Nate, is it cool if I spoil it for you?
Yeah, it's fine. If it's just a filler, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, his dad needs help on a job, Captain Cold's dad, and Captain Cold is not a fan of his father because his father is a abusive alcoholic bat
Lewis
prick.
Snart.
Yes.
Right, Lewis?
Yes. And the only reason that Captain Cold's doing it is because the father put an explosive device in the daughter, aka Golden Glider's, neck.
And if
And
you try to take it out, it will like combust.
Yeah.
What's
so
her-
Really?
What's her
if
name?
it touched air.
So he definitely deserves Father of the Year.
Yeah, Father of the Year, seriously.
What's her name?
The actress?
No,
the character.
sister's real name. Something Snart, obviously.
Oh, duh. Keep thinking about it. I'll continue giving a
Okay, go
synopsis.
ahead.
And so it's all about Flash kind of like infiltrating and trying to make sure that Golden Glider's okay. And with that, also communicating with Snart about how they had their agreement that Snart won't kill anybody. And Snart does a really, really good job of honoring his word. And you do see more of him as a person. And even at the end of the episode, Snart gets back into Iron Heights. And Flash is saying, there's still some good in you. I still see some good in you. So that's really interesting.
It's Lisa Snart.
Lisa, that's it.
Lisa Snart, that's what it is, yeah. So it's a good episode. And you saw more vibe. No, you didn't see
No, you
that.
didn't.
Oh, yeah.
No, you didn't. You saw the relationship between Cisco and Lisa.
Yeah.
And they made out, and Cisco was like, hell yeah.
Fuck
Just
yeah, man.
made out
Oh,
Golden
the first
Glider.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Which one? Who you made out with?
Golden
Lisa
Glider.
Snart.
Lisa
Lisa
Snart.
Snart.
They always had that like
Kind
kind
of
of flirtatious.
On and off, yeah.
Yeah.
Relationship.
That's cool. And then for
That's
next
so
week, for the trailer, we're seeing a new Firestorm,
Yep.
which is really, really exciting.
Really cool.
I'm really happy about that.
Jax Jackson.
Jax Jackson, very creative.
I think Stan Lee came up with that name.
He must have, yeah.
There was in a Futurama episode for they were doing like an election. It was John Jackson and Jack Johnson, and they were like legitimate clones of whoever. But like,
I remember that episode.
that was kind of funny.
But yeah, because basically at the end of this episode, Martin Stein has another like attack, and he starts getting all blue and blue fire and all this stuff, and then he falls to the ground again. And
Blue fire this time.
he's blue fire.
Well, he goes from blue to white. Like he changes
Right.
different fire tints, and they find out it's because that he's dying, basically.
Right. He needs to fuse with somebody in order to like survive. So they figure in this episode coming up on
It's a good way to
Tuesday,
pick up chicks.
they can you fuse with me? He has to like they decide to find him a new like partner,
Yeah.
or whatever, and they find a match in Jackson. That's
Now
Jack
they have to convince Jackson to change his entire life.
Kind
Yeah,
of,
that's pretty much the episode.
he didn't have like an accident, so I don't know how or maybe he did, and we'll see it in the episode. But
Put out a flyer, probably.
anyone
on
interested
Craigslist.
in fusing with this old man,
Out on Craigslist.
old white man?
With a young black kid.
Yeah, that doesn't sound weird.
But I'm really excited for that next week's episode. And Arrow this week was also very, very good. Pat, you saw it, right?
I did see it.
Thank God.
I didn't see it, but I know the spoiler.
You do? All right. So in this episode, Sarah is reborn. Woohoo! We didn't even talk about my girl Patty Spivot on The Flash, though.
Go ahead.
Patty Spivot was on the episode again, guys.
Being adorable. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both she's
He wishes he was Barry.
I do wish I was Barry. Oh my God. But she gives Barry her number. So that's
Which one is she again?
she's the new cop.
The new cop?
The new cop.
Working with Joe, yeah.
Working with Joe. Very
But-
good. Oh! I'm sorry. We gotta
That's
go back
what
to
she
Flash.
said.
We gotta go back to Flash. Maybe not for you.
Well
Iris's mother comes back to Central City.
Yep.
And this is a huge storyline because she was a druggie, alcoholic, whatever. And by the time Iris was born, she left. Mother dipped. Central City. And Joe deciding not to tell Iris that her mother left, but that she died. Because giving Iris the feeling of, why did she leave me? Like, was something wrong with me? Like, why did she leave? He thought that was better, or it was better to say that she died. And Iris, who was the real MVP of this episode, did not turn into a Laurel Lance or a Thea Queen and just flipped out on her parent.
I know, I loved it. That was great.
She was like, I understand, Dad. I understand. And it was awesome. It was, shout out to Iris West. Shout out. Good job.
She already had it, I think, like in season 1, where she kind of flipped out on Joe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
another one would have just been too much.
Yeah, we were talking about like mid-episode, like during this scene, like, oh, don't flip out. Don't pull a Laurel. Don't
that
pull a
cliche.
Laurel.
Oh my God.
But Dan and I have been theorizing that the mother, wherever she went, met up with another guy, and they
Yeah, the no
pants dance, and have a son named Wally West, and that is how Wally.
Wait, it wouldn't be West. Joe is West.
Yeah.
Then Wally whatever.
So Wally West would have to be Joe's nephew?
It'd have to be on Joe's side of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not even.
Wait,
Maybe it's not even West. It's just Wally something. The point is
Wally West.
The point is that there's a step brother. There's a step. No.
Disproved.
What do you mean disproved? It doesn't have to be a West. It doesn't have to be a West.
Literally, he's the actor who's playing him is credited as Wally
Then
West.
damn it! What is going on?
I guess we'll find out.
Not like.
I'm gonna say nephew, or she could have just had a brother that. No, I guess I was gonna say I thought it was gonna be before the whole season started. I thought it was gonna be the mother and the brother left.
Did the mother leave instantly when Iris was born?
No, she was like 2 or 3 or something. She was a couple years old.
Maybe she left while she was pregnant.
Yeah, but on drugs.
On drugs? That's like...
Maybe that's what. Maybe
That's
that's,
fucked up.
That's how he gets his speed.
maybe she
I know.
took a lot of speed. And that's why he has speed.
No, I feel like
That's so
I
terrible.
feel like there needs to be more of an age gap between like Barry and Wally. Then I feel like
True.
Wally needs to be a kid. Like,
They're making
Yeah.
it seem
Well, they're all
like
kids. They're all kids.
no, really.
Yeah, they're like 25. Like in the
that's a
comics.
grown- that's a grown adult.
No.
That's a young adult.
That's a young
No,
adult.
it's not, because in the comics, Barry Allen's like 30-something and has Wally West, who's like 17.
Well, I mean, the
that is a
kids-
huge
Well,
age
even
gap.
in the TV show,
can still
Barry's
make it like,
still an adult, and
yeah.
I understand.
Wally would be.
You can make it
He's
like
still a hipster
big
kid,
brother,
man.
little brother relationship.
No audience member sees him as a full-grown adult. Nobody.
I think he's gonna be like a 20. Like they'll probably be somewhat close in age, but obviously Barry's now into being.
I'm going to guess Wally is at least 18.
I would say.
he's
I would
not
say
a kid.
high school age.
and how they're making Jay be an older brother to Barry. It'll be like Barry's an older brother to Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can move on to Arrow.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So Sarah's reborn, which is great for Dan. Dan's a huge fan of Sarah.
I am.
But because of how long she's been deceased in the Lazarus pit, it's taking her a longer time to regain full consciousness of who she is. So that's becoming an issue for Laurel, and which will eventually become an issue for Quentin in the next episode that we saw for the trailer, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But also in Arrow, Oliver and Diggle, the bromance is starting to rekindle again.
That's right.
It's
They made amends.
They made somewhat of an amends. It's still growing, but they're making bigger progress.
Felicity throwing down the law in that scene, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get your asses down.
yeah. Oh man, Felicity just
That was a great scene.
yeah. But that's really good because Jiggle tells Oliver about his brother being targeted by the Hive, and that kind of opens up that. We also see the what we call him Double Down.
Double Down.
Which is
Yep.
kind of like a hybrid of Gambit and El Diablo, where he uses his tattoos. They're all playing cards to throw at people, which is pretty cool. And then we see a little bit more of Mr. Terrific this episode, which is pretty exciting. He's working in Palmer Tech, and they hint at one of like the spheres he's making it like explodes, but has like a T on it, which is pretty cool for Terrific. If you didn't get that.
Wait. Side note.
Side note.
So it's funny that Nate, that you chose Halloween as your pick of the week because 37 years ago today, Halloween was released.
Nice.
That's cool.
Bravo, Nate. Good job.
Way to go.
You
Subliminal.
weren't even trying.
release.
Proud of you.
I knew that.
Proud of you, Nate.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go on.
We see more of him, and then Double Down actually comes to Palmer Tech, and Felicity turns into super badass mode and is firing a
Machine
assault
gun.
rifle
Yeah.
at Double Down, and Mr. Terrific ends up getting knocked out. But he also finds out that Felicity works for the Green Arrow, but doesn't know who the Green Arrow still is.
Right.
But what is his name? I keep calling him Mr. Terrific.
Curtis.
He says, what I wanted to do was help the city to know that my boss is doing the exact same thing. It's just awesome. So eventually, Mr. Terrific's gonna get some stuff and be one of the superheroes.
The team keeps growing and growing.
Team keeps growing and growing. And then next week we saw in the trailer that Quentin sees Sarah and is not happy and reaches out to Damien Dark to help him out. But Quentin's going through a really, really tough time right now. Shocker. And that's going to be a very emotional episode next week.
Wally West is coming to this week's Flash.
Are you serious?
The plot line is Barry and the team look for another Firestorm match for Dr. Stein. When the team meets Jefferson Jackson,
Jefferson Jackson, not Jack Jackson.
He says, but people call me Jax.
Okay.
Caitlin has her reservations about whether Jax is the right match for Dr. Stein. Iris surprises Joe while Barry and Patty grow closer. And then I looked, and it says Wally West.
I'm really excited for Patty. No, but I don't know if you guys also saw, we didn't share, but we can share it after this episode, of Caitlin Snow as Killer Frost.
Mm-hmm.
And we also didn't know that there's going to be a live action movie of Frozen too, because she looks
Really?
exactly like Elsa. Have you seen this picture, Nate?
No.
I'm going to pull it up real quick.
I remember seeing the little, like, not like clip, but like little snippet and thumbnail of her, like, in one of the last episodes.
Where's she at? I'm just going to go to the article. Yeah, so that's really interesting, but we're excited to see that. Here.
That's her?
That's Elsa.
Let it go. Let it go.
You know what, Greg? Just let it go.
So that's this week's podcast.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. I was, bad pun.
Oh.
It wasn't funny. It can be. Anybody have anything else to say?
No. So that's it for the Geekcast, the podcast. I'm Dan Whitehead.
Greg St. Clair.
Patrick Howard.
And our special guest,
Nate Shrader.
Party on.
Party on.
Party on.
Party on.